In this tutorial, we implement this user interface with Next.js. We will create the API calls to fetch the user data from the backend, display all the messages, as well as add and delete messages. Let's get to it. Hello, welcome. I'm Andreas, your tech-curious web designer. In this tutorial, we build a frontend for our chat application. We install Next.js as our frontend framework, which is built on React, fetch the APIs from our Django backend, and display the data in a Discord-style user interface. But before we dive in, let me introduce you to my own web app Fabimo. Fabimo is a web application built with Django, HTMX, Alpine.js, and Django channels. It lets users discover digital art, connect with the community, collect artwork cards to build a deck, and play against others in a real-time card game to climb the leaderboard. Try it out yourself at fabimo.com. And now back to the video. In the last video, we built a backend with Django. In this tutorial, we create a frontend with Next.js. And to install Next.js within a folder, we use a command. And I run here the command npx create-next-app at latest, and then the name of the folder, frontend_next.js. It is asking here if we would like to install it with the default settings, and I click here yes. And it is installing here all the dependencies Next.js needs. So Tailwind CSS for styling, TypeScript types to make sure we're using the right kind of data in our code, and slint to help us to keep our code clean. Okay, they are installed now, and it created this frontend Next.js folder. Next, let's cd into this folder and run the command npm run dev to start up the frontend server. Alright, and then we can check out the frontend on localhost :3000. And here we can see we have successfully installed Next.js. As next, I will create the folders and files we need in this project. So our homepage lives in the app folder. It is page.tsx. TSX stands for TypeScript JSX, and it is a React JSX file that uses TypeScript instead of JavaScript. Then we create a lib folder with the api.ts file. In this file, I will store all the API calls used to fetch data for the routes. Then we have a components folder. In this components folder, we have the message component to display the message, and also the message form component to add a new message. And then I also create a folder for the types. And in here, I create an index.ts file. Types are like schemas for the frontend. They describe the structure and data types that the frontend expects to receive from the backend APIs. This makes the code more robust and more secure. Here we define the data structure, or so-called interface, that describes the data the user and message objects are expected to receive from the backend. So the ID is a number, the username is a string, the avatar is string or null, so this data is optional, the same with the status, and is online expects a boolean value. The same with the message object. Here we also have created add as a string, and the author property is linked to the user type. As next, let's connect to the backend. So I'm going to the api.ts file. Here I create an API variable that contains the base URL of our backend API. With the getMessages function, we make a GET request to the Messages API to fetch all the messages. Then with the addMessage function, we make a POST request to create a new message. The message can contain either text, an image, or both. For the post request, we also set credentials include. This tells the browser to include the user's credentials, such as the session cookie, with the request. This allows our Django backend to identify the logged-in user. Next, we fetch the API to delete the message. Then with this API, we fetch all the users. And with this, the data for the logged-in user. Okay, save this file. So now that we can fetch all the data, we display them on the home page. So let's go to the page.tsx file. Remove this code of the default Next.js landing page. Import here the API calls to fetch all the messages, users, and also the logged-in user. I'm also importing the message card component. We will create this in a second, as well as the message form component. And then with this code, we fetch all the messages from the backend and display them on the home page. We use here the map function to loop through each message and render a message card component for it, passing the message object to the component as a prop. And at the bottom, we render the message form component, so users can create a new message. Okay, save this file. And now let's create those components. I'm going to the message.tsx file. Import here the message type. And define the message card component. Here we receive the message object from the parent. Then we display here the author avatar, the author username, the text of the message, and the image. Alright, save this file. And then we create the message form component to add a new message. With useClient, we tell Next.js that this component runs on the client, so in the browser, and not on the server. So with Next.js, we can run code both on the server and in the browser. Then I add the imports for the React states, the Next.js router, and the add message API function. And then I define the message form component, creating the states for the text and the image, create the router instance, and define the submit event handler. At the bottom, we render the form, which contains the text input, the file input for selecting an image, and the submit button. If you like this content, consider to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell icon. This helps me to grow this channel and to reach more aspiring web developers. And if you want to support my work financially, you can subscribe to my Patreon page and get access to exclusive content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And check out my Udemy course on how to create a TikTok clone with Django, HTMX, and Alpine.js. You can find a link in the description below. Alright, but before we can test this code, we need to configure the course headers in the backend. So course, short for cross-origin resource sharing, tells the browser that this frontend is allowed to make requests to our backend server. So I'm going to my backend folder, here in the core folder, to settings.py, and to the installed apps, I add the course headers app, which we have already installed. We also have to add a middleware. I add this middleware here at the very top, but important here is that it is placed before the common middleware. And then I'm adding here the CSRF trusted origins. This is allowing the frontend to make post requests, like adding a new message. With course allowed origins, we allow the browser to make cross-origin requests to the backend from a different domain. And with course allow credentials, we allow the browser to send session cookies, which include also the information of the logged-in user. Alright, let's save this file. Now let's start up the backend server. So I'm opening a new terminal, cd into the backend, activate the virtual environment, and start up the server with Python manage-to-py run server. Alright, now our backend is up and running. And the frontend should work now. So let's restart it. I shut it down with Ctrl+C. and then start it up again with npm run dev. Alright, let's check it out. And as we can see, it successfully fetched the message we have created in the backend. Nice!
Nice.
Obviously, this page is still unstyled, and we also cannot send a message yet, because we are not logged in. For now, let's log in through the admin panel in the backend. I go to localhost :1000, which is our backend server, /admin. And here I'm logging in with the admin user. Alright, now that we're logged in, let's test again. I add a text and upload an image. And then click send. And as we can see, we created a second message. The author is the admin, and we have here a message with text and image. Excellent!
Excellent!
And to style this interface in this code style, I have prepared templates we can just copy and paste in here. Link to the templates you can find in the description below. I'm going back to the front end. And first we update the homepage, which is page.tsx. And place the template code in here. Then we also add a new users component. Users.tsx. Add here the code, as well as a user pop-up component. Then we add the message component and the message form component. Alright, and that's it. Now that we have added all the templates, let's check it out. And our front-end application has now a Discord-style user interface. Awesome! We can also delete the message or add an image. So click on this plus sign here, select an image and send. We also display here now the users of this chat with a pop-up displaying the user status. And at the bottom, the logged in user. Alright, and this is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, we will add authentication so users can log in and log out from the Next.js frontend. And we will also add the settings pop-up, where users can update their profile information. If you like this content, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon, not to miss the next one. I hope to see you there. Until then, happy coding my friends, and bye bye for now.